Elijah's question from today's first reading, how long will you straddle the issue, is a classic and an ageless question. And it reminds me of one evening a long time ago at Symphony Hall in Boston when I was out of earshot. My mom asked our family friend, Father Bill Walsh, what did he think about my sudden, spontaneous, as she thought, application to St. John's Seminary. Without blinking an eye, with a smile, Father Bill Walsh said, I think God gave him a good kick in the pants and got him off the fence. Well, whether in politics, family life, relationships, whether deciding about a friendship or a deeper commitment to marriage, priesthood, or religious life, or in our moral and ethical lives, we're all called to examine whether we are straddling issues, or as we'd say where I come from, fence sitters. The people gathered on Mount Carmel, they had reached precisely that point in our first reading. They wanted to keep 1 foot with the Lord and 1 foot with Baal. They wanted to enjoy the blessings of the true God while also placing their trust in the false securities and the popular idols of their day. And so Elijah challenges them to choose. Because as we know, divided hearts cannot belong fully to God. Faith is not simply one option among many or a part-time deal. It's a covenant relationship that calls for trust and loyalty and commitment. And the dramatic contest on that Mount Carmel reveals that the Lord alone really is the living God. While the prophets of Baal cry out in vain, Elijah prays with quiet confidence, and God answers by sending down fire from heaven to consume the sacrifice. The miracle is not simply a display of divine power. It really is God's loving invitation for his people to return to him with undivided hearts. That invitation is just as relevant today. We may not bow before statues of Baal, but if you think of it, we are tempted by modern idols. Success, wealth, comfort, popularity, or just want to fit in with the people we live with or the people we're surrounded by. Even within our own families, at times we can find ourselves straddling the issue, wanting to pass the faith on to our children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews, and yet hesitating to speak about God. Wanting peace at home, yet avoiding forgiveness, or those difficult conversations that we have to have from time to time. Truly wanting to follow Christ, yet allowing a busy sports schedule or other worldly priorities to crowd out prayer or Sunday Mass or just simply time together rooted in faith. In today's gospel, Jesus reminds us that he has not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. He calls his disciples not merely to outward observance, but to faithful obedience that's rooted in love. As we know, Christ fulfilled the Father's will completely, and he invites us to do the same. Living God's commandments shapes not only our personal lives, but also our homes, making them places where faith is seen and lived and handed on, not just with words, but through decisions and actions and sacrificial love. My brothers and sisters, today, Elijah's challenge and Jesus' teaching come together in one simple but demanding invitation: to choose the Lord wholeheartedly. So let us ask for the grace to place Christ at the center of our families, our relationships, and every decision that we make. One concrete and efficacious way to do this is to find time to pray together as a family, whether at home, in the car, on vacation, at the soccer field. And then with the grace of God and our choice, our lives can better reflect that the Lord is God in every place, in every circumstance, that the Lord is our God.